The nation of Ghana was once called the Gold Coast. This was during the time of the Atlantic slave trade. European powers gave it this name because of the gold they found there. But gold was not the only thing traded on the Gold Coast. Sadly, human beings were bought and sold as well. For over 300 years, the Gold Coast played a significant role in the transatlantic slave trade. Millions of Africans were taken from their homes and shipped across the ocean, never to see their families or homeland again. This trade left a dark stain on the history of Ghana and the world. This trade in human beings was a terrible tragedy. Men, women, and children were captured in wars or raids. They were forced to march long distances to the coast, often chained together. Many died along the way from exhaustion, hunger, or disease. Those who survived were sold to European traders and packed onto slave ships. Conditions on these ships were horrific. The Gold Coast was one of the main points of departure for these ships. Today, Ghana remembers this history and works to ensure its lessons are never forgotten. Deep within the interior of Ghana, far from the coast, lies the town of Salaga. During the 18th and 19th centuries, Salaga was a major hub for the transatlantic slave trade. Located in the northern region of Ghana, Salaga connected trading routes from the Sahara Desert to the coast. It was a bustling center of commerce where goods from across West Africa were exchanged. Traders from the north brought salt, leather goods, and textiles. From the south came gold, cola nuts, and sadly, enslaved Africans. The market at Salaga was vast. Thousands of people gathered there, their voices creating a cacophony of languages and dialects. Enslaved people were kept in cramped cages or pens, often with little food or water. They were treated with immense cruelty, seen as mere commodities to be bought and sold for profit. The horrors of Salaga serve as a stark reminder of the dark side of human history. On the southeastern coast of Ghana lies the town of Atorkor. Unlike Salaga, which was inland, Atorkor was a coastal slave trading center. This was the point of no return for many enslaved Africans. From here, they would be loaded onto ships bound for the Americas. The town holds a tragic significance in the history of the slave trade. European powers, including the Portuguese, Dutch, and English, established trading posts at Atorkor. Local chiefs and merchants participated in the trade, exchanging captives for goods such as guns, textiles, and alcohol. The process was brutal. Enslaved Africans were inspected like animals, their bodies prodded and examined for any perceived flaws. Families were torn apart, with loved ones separated, often never to see each other again. The beach at Atorkor, once a place of vibrant life, became a site of immense sorrow and despair. The transatlantic slave trade was, honestly, a massive enterprise that spanned centuries. It is estimated that between 12 and 20 million Africans were forcibly transported to the Americas. Of this number, a significant percentage passed through the Gold Coast. Records indicate that over 2 million enslaved Africans were shipped from the Gold Coast alone. This accounted for a substantial portion of the entire transatlantic slave trade. The numbers are staggering and, well, difficult to comprehend. Each digit represents a human being, a life stolen, a family shattered. The scale of the trade is a testament to the greed and inhumanity of those involved. Though the transatlantic slave trade ended in the 19th century, its legacy continues to shape Ghana. The country has made significant efforts to preserve the memory of this dark chapter. Several sites and memorials stand as reminders of the horrors of the slave trade. For instance, the Cape Coast Castle and Elmina Castle, both UNESCO World Heritage Sites, serve as poignant museums. These castles were once major holding points for enslaved Africans before their journey across the Atlantic. Today, they offer a chilling glimpse into the conditions endured by those imprisoned within their walls. However, there are claims of a Batabi Slave Market. This market, despite its name, does not appear in most historical records of the slave trade. While Batabi might have been a place where local people were sold, it was not a major center for the transatlantic trade like Salaga or Atorkor. The true story of the transatlantic slave trade, with its documented horrors in places like Salaga and Atorkor, is more than enough to understand the terrible toll it took on Ghana and its people.